Hi, today we're talking about N and et. There seems to be quite a lot of confusion around N and et. And even though many teachers have explained how to best learn and understand N and et, it is quite a challenge. Because compared to many other languages, it doesn't follow any real set of rules. Whereas in some languages you have masculine versus feminine, or in the English language you have the clear vowel rule. Any word starting with a vowel is an N word. So you say an apple and a car, right? Swedish doesn't really follow these traditional rules that makes it clear in what category which word fall. Rather, it's just a grouping of words. And about 80% are actually N words, and about 20%-ish are about et words. Okay. Don't quote me on that statistic. Okay, so N words. The majority of the words are N words. And here, it just means that if the word is an N, E-N, you start, when you're saying a car, for example, you say en bil. And that is called substantive obestämd form. So non-specific or general. A car. Which car? Any car, a blue car, right? En bil. The en is behind the word, a car, en bil. Whereas if you compare it to being specific, substantive bestämd form, the en is then moved to the end of the word and becomes a part of the word. En bil, bilen. A car, the car. Now we're not being any more general about a car, we're being specific about the car. The car is mine. Bilen är min. Min, mitt, and mina, we will get into that. Possessive pronouns at a different, in a different video. But today, let's focus on the N and the et and how these words are grouped. Again, there's no clear rule here. It's basically about strengthening your vocabulary, increasing the number of words you know, and then understanding that this is an N word and this is an et word. Another thing to also be aware of is that just because the en is moved to the end of the word, it's not always the en. Sometimes it's just the n that is moved to the end of the word. So the letter N. For example, dator. En dator, datorn. Datorn. The en is then moved. Not dator en, but datorn. And here we can see the clear difference that either way, when not being specific, the word, the en then moves to the end of the word and it becomes specific. Datorn är min. The computer is mine. Let's look at the et, for example. Ett hus, a house. Now again, the same structure applies. You move the ETT to the end of the word, but not the entire ETT, it's only ET is moved to the end. And here it comes huset. So that is the difference between a house and the house. Ett hus, huset. Huset, kortet, for example. Yeah, bordet, and many, many others. Again, in some cases, only the T is moved or placed there, but either way, the en, make sure that you don't keep the en and place one more at the end. So for example, min bilen. This is very typical. The car. That doesn't make any sense. En bilen. Very many students make this mistake. And this is what we usually call in Swedish kaka på kaka, cake on cake. There is already an in and you don't need to add an additional, because even in this English language, that wouldn't make any sense. The car. It's either one or the other. En bil, bilen. Ett hus, huset. So I hope this was a little helpful in understanding that these are just a grouping of words. There are no clear rules that sets apart and determines which word belongs in the en category and which word belongs in the et. But here is a tip. When in doubt, go with en. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.